Your Majesty, I am glad to see that you are safe.
I am fine, Gustav. My apologies for worrying you. What is your report on the situation in the west?
For the moment, we are holding the line against the Empire's offensive. The news that Your Majesty has arrived at the Silver Maiden will do wonders for the soldiers' morale.
Unfortunately, the same can be said for our enemy. The Emperor pursued me here, and should be joining her forces at the front. But no matter how high the enemy's morale, they will not find Aryan Road an easy prize to take.
In that case, perhaps our concern should lie with Lady Rhea and the Knights of Seiros.
Ah, yes. The Kingdom army parted with them to deal with the Imperial forces here in the west. I have heard nothing of their fate since. Were they able to reach Camulus safely?
No, Your Majesty. They have stopped in the northern region of the Tailtean Plains to prepare for battle.
They intend to meet the Federation army there?
It is likely they determined that with the Kingdom army unable to leave the Western Front, they would not be able to withstand a siege at Camulus.
They have assessed the situation correctly then. The Kingdom army cannot spare enough troops to break a siege at this moment.
But if Camulus is taken, Ferdinand itself may well fall to the forces of Leicester.
To prepare for that contingency, I have ordered our citizens in the capital and the surrounding area to evacuate to Gautier territory. But does Claude truly wish to destroy Fargus? Somehow I doubt it.
Your Majesty, a message from Duke Fraldarius. The Imperial Army seems to be taking more aggressive action. He would like you to brief the commanders on the current state of the war.
Understood. I will be there shortly.
But Your Majesty, what of the Central Church?
Gustav, we will do what must be done to safeguard our people, no matter how great the cost. Were we to bow down to the Empire and accept the Southern Church, Fargus would fall to ruin. A great many of our people would die. However, the Federation has shown us a way to avoid such a terrible fate.
Then there is truly no other way?
We are deeply indebted to the Central Church. Yet it is a debt that I cannot repay. I will gladly accept whatever punishment I must. If it means saving even one more of my people's lives, then as the King of Fargus, no sacrifice is too great. Forgive me, Gustav.
Your Majesty, if this is the path you have chosen, then I will walk it with you until the very end.
Your Grace, the Federation army is approaching from the south. King Claude appears to be commanding them personally.
The rebellious blood of those wretched 10 elites has led one of their descendants to turn his blade against us. Perhaps it was a mistake not to have terminated their bloodlines long ago.
Your Grace?
Lady Rhea, with the Kingdom army occupied on the Western Front, we will have little in the way of support from them. I believe the wisest course of action would be to retreat to Ferdinand and attempt to hold the palace there.
No. We will face them here. Long before the Kingdom even existed, Saint Seiros slew the fell King Nemesis upon this very soil. This field is a sacred place for the Church of Seiros. We will have the goddess's protection here.
Indeed, but...
You have nothing to worry about, Seteth. If anything should happen, I want you to take Flayn and escape.
Lady Rhea, you cannot mean that.
Long have I protected Fodlan in the goddess Sothis' stead. It may be time for that duty to finally come to an end.
And would you accept that?
Not willingly, no. In our absence, future generations are likely to repeat the foolish actions of their ancestors. And when that happens, who will be left to stop them? This land has suffered enough as it is. I will fight with all my strength and spirit. For my mother, for the future, even for humanity. What shall come to pass? Only the goddess knows. Such are her teachings. The teachings of my mother.
Rhea.
As in the Battle of Tailtean, I will strike down any fool who dares dishonor our Creator.
This is it, folks. If we slay Rhea, we'll usher in a new era for Fodlan. Give it all you got! There's no need to rush. Just keep pressing forward. Our first objective is to capture the strongholds on the front line.
Everyone, stake your lives on this battle and make the goddess proud. We will annihilate the wicked Federation army!
We've managed to advance this far as two groups, but I didn't foresee the bridge being down.
We'll just have to hold out until we can meet up again. I might actually put in some effort.
We've been told to return to the capital, but we're the only ones who can protect the church's people.
Is that Mercedes? Does that mean the kingdom's commanding those troops?
I will do what I must until the very end.
Out of the way!
Mercedes, so this is where you've been. I will save you.
The enemy's morale is unusually high. The Archbishop must have riled them up.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
Got it. Time to make a name for myself.
Let's go, everyone.
You can... I'll do my best.
I'm on it. Let's see how it goes.
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot...
Yeah, let's do this. Don't...
Prepare to lay siege.
Now, let us bring it down.
All right, take it down.
I'll fight until my dying breath to protect Lady Rhea.
Seiros, I will remember your heroism always.
They appear to be having a difficult time. I have no choice but to intervene.
I must not let Claude steal all the glory. I will open a path for our forces to unite.
He's certainly motivated. Can he seriously handle all that?
He may seem like all bark and no bite, but he always follows through.
Fodlan needs the Archbishop. Anyone who does not understand that must be eliminated.
He can do this.
I have sustained Leicester from the shadows since the days of the Alliance. But now it is time to display my full strength.
Ah, the same strength you'd hope to overthrow me with. No one's more eager to see it than I am. Take this! Out of the way!
Continuing in this state would be a challenge. I must retreat for now. No way I'm letting this end here. I'm gonna help Lady Rhea.
Their reckless violence defiles the goddess. There is no salvation for them. Guardians of the Holy Tomb, come forth! Bring down the hammer of judgment upon these sacrilegious rebels!
Those soldiers were likely created with magic. The devices controlling them should be here somewhere.
They still have a chance to drive the enemy back. I must lend them my aid. Come, Wyvern Riders of St. Keyhole!
They're one of the most elite units in the Knights of Seiros. Be on guard.
That looks like a device over there. We've got to capture the stronghold and stop it.
There are fewer of those soldiers now, but they're not completely gone. Ugh, they give me the creeps.
I see they found the devices. But it matters not, for they still have no hope of victory.
All right! We've captured most of the strongholds on one side.
The Federation army has us on the back foot. Do we have any hope of winning this? The church forces seem at a loss without their frontline commanders.
I've got you!
We're moving right along. Keep capturing the enemy strongholds.
The others are fulfilling their duties to House and Kingdom. That only leaves me to do what I can to help.
Watch out! He's going for the strongholds! Take this! Out of the way!
Lady Rhea, I'm sorry I couldn't help.
Out of the way!
I did all that I could. I guess I wasn't up to the challenge after all.
Mercedes, it is not worth risking your life for this fight.
It was my choice to put my life on the line. But now I must fall back.
Then please, fight alongside me for now. It is the best way to keep you safe.
Our allies are struggling. I must lend them a hand.
My turn.
There is no need to overexert yourself, Flame. Promise me you will retreat the moment it becomes too taxing.
I loathe fighting, but this is my duty. Come then! yet! I will not be defeated here! I am afraid I have exhausted myself. I should withdraw.
No mercy!
Yeah! We've taken all the strongholds on the front line.
Those enemies on the front lines were strong, but we were stronger. We took them all out.
Even with the goddess's protection, our remaining forces are hardly enough to hold them off.
Learn your place.
Once you take the stronghold, you need to disable that device. I don't know how, but I'm sure you'll figure something out.
All the strange soldiers are gone.
Our forces have reunited thanks to the strength of my efforts. Truly, I am more fit to lead than our actual king.
You do realize the actual king is standing right here. But if you want the job so badly, I'll happily let you take over later.
If they defeat us and the central church collapses, many people will lose their spiritual foundation.
That would be terrible. I will fight alongside you, my brother.
Goddess, infuse me with your divine strength!
What? Where could magic of this magnitude be coming from? Are we witnessing the Archbishop's power?
She's not fooling around. Here we go, everyone. Don't let the enemy push us back.
The battle's only going to get tougher from here on out. The Immortal Core is ready to go.
That must be the judgment of the goddess! We have her divine protection, so charge forth without fear!
They see that magic as the goddess's protection? Their faith has blinded them. People do horrible things when their faith becomes tainted with fear. We must stop them at once.
Then let loose. Blot out the sky with your arrows.
Something's falling from the sky!
We are in serious peril! Everyone, fall back! Come! You will find I am not so easy to defeat at my full strength.
There is no turning back. I will defeat you here and now!
I had not the strength to stop them. Forgive me, Rhea.
Lady Rhea, I am sorry. I can no longer.
Rhea, we must retreat. I cannot allow Flame to perish.
May fortune smile upon you, Lady Rhea.
Do what you must. I will settle this on my own.
A fine hit!
This is our final opportunity to pass judgment on the enemy. If you can yet move, follow me!
They were fearsome foes, but we should have an easier time now.
Such an abominable presence. Yes, I knew that one day you would turn your blade on me.
Don't get the wrong idea. My power's got nothing to do with this. I'm standing here of my own free will.
Are you so desperate to take my life? Is that what you truly wish?
The world will never change so long as people cling to your insistence.
It was on a battlefield just like this. Really takes you back 300 years, doesn't it, Lady Rhea?
Please do not make me regret my decision from that day, Geralt. I knew it. You are Citri's child. Has fate been leading us to this moment?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm only here to fight.
My turn. No time to slow down. Witness my true power! Be defeated by a federation that was built without the goddess's blessing. Salvation is far beyond you all. I care not who faces me. They shall receive no mercy for the rest of eternity. I swear, on the goddess's name, you will all face judgment.
Looks like we're finally getting to the good part. You okay to keep going? Of course. And after we win this battle, you're gonna show me the new world you're creating.
This is not over. I must carry on for the sake of my mother's fallen comrades.
It's time to finish this, Rhea. Are you sure you don't want to just walk away? It's not too late.
I did not go looking for this fight, but you will not see me run from it. You have spilled much blood during this war the Empire started.
I'm not here to talk about who started this war. I'm gonna end this. That's what's important now. This world cries out for change, while you keep it shackled to the past. And it's up to us to help set it free. I'm ready if you are. For all of Fodlan!
So be it. I will crush you where you stand!
Well, color me surprised. Rhea's really the Immaculate One? Whatever she is, we have to end her. Now quit staring before she crushes you!
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Don't...
I've got... Take this!
Yeah,
don't? We need to make one final push. We're almost there.
I'm getting pretty hungry, but I can hold out. You got a feast waiting for us after we win this.
We've been through a lot, but all our efforts will be rewarded if we win, right?
You have my gratitude.
Yeah, let's do this, don't?
Not looking good. Thanks.
Our victory will secure my place in history as a hero of Fodlan.
We dealt with our fair share of surprises, but we're finally here. Our king is really something else.
This is far from the end, but it will be a significant step forward if we win.
Time to finish this. Everyone, lend me your strength.
If there is any way I can help change Leicester and Fodlan for the better, I will.
I'm still not sure if this is really the right thing, but I have to trust Claude and push forward. Yeah, let's do this! Forward ho! Yeah, let's do this! Don't? I appreciate that.
Gotta move. Your reign comes to an end here and now! Our work here isn't over. Not by a long shot. Got plenty of road ahead. But we've taken the first step. Together.
It is now 1183, Blue Sea Moon. The Federation has joined with the Empire to invade the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Claude sought not to conquer the kingdom, but to destroy the Central Church. After Archbishop Rhea's defeat, the Church has lost much of its martial prowess. Tensions continue between the Empire and Kingdom. Having now reached his goal, Claude proposes an end to the war, yet it remains uncertain if either side will accept.
It wasn't long ago that people knew me only as the Ashen Demon and looked at me with dread. But thanks to you, I now find myself surrounded by friends with whom I share a common cause. Was I right to go down this path? I can't say. But I see a glimmer of hope at the end of it, and that's more than enough reason to forge on.